Welcome to Saturday Night Hoops here in Windsor, Ontario. We're live at the WFCU Center where NBL Canada basketball is about to go down between the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans and the Windsor Express. Good evening again, everybody. This is Aaron Sanders. Alongside me today is Tate Harris. Justin Prince is on assignment. You'll see him next week. Tate, we start with the story with the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans. They win some, they lose some, they win some, they lose some. They're on a pattern right now, a 3-4 record, and it all comes from a very close loss against the Sudbury Five on Thursday. Talk about that.
Yeah, you know, I think part of it's their veteran leadership. They got 10 players with NBL experience, so that's why I think when they have a loss, they can come back and win it. Now, it's all putting it together now with that veteran leadership and coming back and stringing a few wins together, and hopefully they can start a win streak.
In addition to that, with the win streak, the one thing that's good about them is they average 107 points per game, so they're among the top of the league when it comes to scoring baskets, and I think you'll expect the points to go up, especially with their recent acquisition, well-known NBL Canada veteran Joel Friesen.
Yeah, he's averaging 24 points right now. He had 17 points last game. He's looking real dynamite, and that's someone that Windsor Express are going to have to look to stop tonight.
Absolutely. In addition to that, they have one of the scratches, too, in Flenard Whitfield. As you recall, in the last couple of days in their last game, he did not return in the second half, so he's been placed on the IR list. So I don't see the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans pressing the panic button anytime soon because you did mention the veteran leadership.
Yeah, when you got 10 guys that can talk to you in the locker room, say, hey, don't worry, guys. This is a situation we've all been in before, and we're going to get through it as a team. That's the kind of leadership you need, and that's what they have right now.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the Rose City Warriors, known as the Windsor Express. Safely to put it, they are not having the best start of the year. 1-6. They're all coming off from a very tough loss against the Sudbury Five last Sunday by 2 points. Safe to say they got a win, but the roster is looking pretty jam-packed, to say the least.
Yeah, it's they just added Terrell Tate as well. Marcus Jones is on injury reserve. They're going to have to start figuring some things out. DeAndre Thomas has been playing really well off the bench. He had 21 points last game, so it's just putting things together. The difference between the last 3 games that they've lost have been 7 points. So it's just figuring it out, maybe starting to grab more rebounds and actually getting a hold of the rebounds. So like it's not those second chances. They're kind of struggling there, so it's something they're going to have to work on. I guess a few mismatches the last couple games has probably been the reason that they've lost by so few points.
It's one of the reasons why they're 8th in rebounding right now. Those mismatches you said, because let's face it, Sudbury's got a lot of big fellas. Same with London, and those are the 2 teams they lost against last time. But when you have a star player like DeAndre Thomas coming off the bench and providing a lot of damage, it's safe to say that he may be one of the adrenaline rushes for the Windsor Express, and he's going to put the whole league on notice. He's a potential 6th man of the year, if you will.
Yeah, for sure. And he's a veteran of the league, so some of that experience is showing. Last year he got released by London, so he probably has a chip on his shoulder. He wants to come back, show people that he can play, and he really is showing people. It's a big guy and a fan favorite, I would say, as well.
What do you see the Windsor Express having an advantage against the KW Titans tonight?
Well, I think their biggest advantage is their players, Ryan Anderson and Richard Amarty. These guys can hit it from the arc, and I think that's the biggest thing they're going to have to do is dish the ball out to them, have Horace get the ball to them and shoot from the 3 and hit those shots. And I think that's how you win games in today's basketball.
And because of those players, they're one of the top 3 teams when it comes to shooting from beyond the arc. So that's the story for you between the KW Titans, who are 3-4, and the Windsor Express, who are 1-6. So that'll do it from us down here. We'll be back up here for the call. Cody Wall will be our sideline reporters too, and we will have the player introductions, national anthem, and the tip-off when we return here. Windsor Express basketball is brought to you by Booster Juice. Stay where you are.
I want to understand why.
I want this to be perfect.
I want to be inspired.
I want to be challenged.
No matter the reason, our passion to learn brought us here.
Okay, we're back up here. WFCU Center is the place. KW Titans and the Windsor Express about to do battle here in the National Basketball League of Canada. We're almost set to go here for the player introductions and the national anthem. And for that, we turn it over to the public address announcer for the Express, Mark Knight. Jesse Anthony Sharon, good rendering of the national anthem, and now the starting lineups for both of these teams. As you can see here, one of the dignitaries of the Salvation Army doing the ceremonial ball toss. To support the Salvation Army is here tonight, Tate, and once again, all the donations to the Kettle campaign is much where needed. So a good cause, no matter what.
Yeah, it's always great to see people here with great causes, and that's what the Express do. They always support these great causes. They're a great team in the community.
So Ashton Smith, Akeem Ellis, Ed Horton, Tremar Sutherland, and Derek Hall will start for the KW Titans. Once again, they're without Flanard Whitfield, who's been put on the IR for the next couple of games. So now they're going to try to make up for his absence. And like we said at the pregame show, Tate, it's obvious they could do it because of all the veteran presence.
Yeah, they'll definitely get through it. I mean, today's game is part of their pattern. They lost the last game, so they should come out with a win if you're following the pattern. It's just stringing those wins together. I think that veteran presence will eventually get them there.
So Terrell Tate will get the start, the new player for the Windsor Express. Played his first 5 games for the Sudbury Five this year before he got released. So Terrell Tate already put in the hot seat.
Yeah, you got to have some nerves coming into a new team and starting right off the bat.
So the Windsor Express, once again, a 1-6 record. They lost their last 3 in a row by a collective total of 7 points. They lost against Sudbury on December the 1st. They lost that by 4. A very tough, nitty-gritty game, to say the least. They lost in London 99-98, and they lost to Sudbury at the Sudbury Arena this past Sunday, 123-121. So they're back at home after that road stand. And, of course, they want to get a W. Same with the KW Titans, who have a 3-4 record. It's a good it's a pattern, like we said before. You win some, you lose some. The good news is they're not consistent in losing the games, but the bad news is for the Titans is they haven't been consistent in winning, so they hope to get a winning streak going on here tonight as well.
Yeah, and of course you have the Express, who right now are just trying to win a game, and they got to be fired up. They got to be sick and tired of losing, so I think they're going to come off with a lot of energy here tonight.
One of the main factors, if you're the Windsor Express right now, you got to stop the big man, Derek Hall, because he's been on a tear lately. 14 points per game, 8 rebounds per game. Coming off a good performance from Thursday night's game, 18 points, 9 rebounds is 2. It's safe to say that you cannot turn the other way when you see Derek Hall come your way. It's quite intimidating, and he's one of the main players for the Titans in the last few years.
Yeah, he's a big boy. He led the league last year in rebounds per game with 11.6. So again, that's someone you got to keep an eye on, and especially when the Express have kind of been mismatched the last 3 games.
Absolutely. It all came down to the rebounding. They couldn't clamp the ball. They couldn't find that good second half surge as they did in the first half and as the majority of these first few games in the league. So you see they're ready. The Express playing in their red jerseys, the Titans playing in their blue jerseys. KW wins the tip, and we're underway here at the WFCU Center. Glad you're joining us here on the Windsor Express Basketball Network. Horace Wormley starts it off, same with Terrell Tate, Ryan Anderson, Brian Addison, and Juan Patillo. Down low, Akeem Ellis, one of the veterans in NBL Canada. 6 on the shot clock. Ellis goes to work inside in the center, fires it up, and it's no good. Hall gets the rebound, gets double-teamed immediately. Ashton Smith will bring it back out. Here's Sutherland from downtown, and he misses it.
Right off the bat, we saw a rebound by KW's Hall. And again, something they're going to have to watch all game.
There's Horace Wormley, captain of the Express. Played for the Riptide in the last 2 years, almost lost control of it. Patillo for 2.
That was an aggressive drive by Patillo. Went in there strong and made the tough shot.
And it's 2-0 for the Express. There's no question why Juan Patillo is one of the leading scorers for the Express. 15.7 rebounds a game as that shot from the outside is no good. Tate outside to Wormley. He loses control. Didn't have good reach on it. It'll go the other way.
Yeah, again, those nerves have to be going for Tate a bit. Coming over to Windsor from Sudbury. Played 5 games in Sudbury and starting right off the bat here, you got to be feeling it a little bit.
But once again, he's no stranger to the NBL Canada. Played for the Moncton Miracles, then the Moncton Miracles from 2015 to 17, and he also played in the G League as well. We'll get more on him later. Back to the action. Sutherland spins around. Here's Hall down at the park. They swing it around. Smith, cross-court pass. Sutherland's got to move. 2 on the shot clock. Fires it off the right hand. It's no good. Derek Hall, the rebound and the putback.
Another second chance given up. That's 2 possessions, and the storyline is writing itself.
Once again, Derek Hall, one of those big guys that actually move around, and when he moves around along with all the other big players, that stretches out the floor big time, and it opens up good looks to the basket like we just saw there. Here's Patillo again. Correction, that was Brian Addison. He misses the shot. Just underway here at the WFCU Center, tied up at 2. Smith inside. Hall misses it, but he gets fouled by Anderson.
That was a great look by Smith. getting the ball moving. They swung the ball around. Smith with the drive and then getting it to Hall, and Hall drawing the foul.
So Anderson gets his and the team's first foul of the evening. Derek Hall's at the line. Once again, one of those intimidating factors, not only in the post but at the free throw line as well. 77% from the field as he knocks down the first. He knocks down the second. It's 4-2 in favor of the Titans. This is Wormley again up top. We have a foul off the ball. That's going to go to Tremar Sutherland. And the Express will get the ball from the sideline. 14 on the shot clock. Tate gets the ball back. He's near the side. Wormley gets it back near the wing inside to the big man Patillo. Patillo one-on-one against Horton. And it gets poked away. Stealing it is Akeem Ellis. Here comes the Titans. Ellis. Yes.
Ellis had 23 points last game, so he's looking to have another big game here tonight for the KW Titans.
Averages almost 14 points per game, and that's one of the main reasons why. 9:06 remaining in the first. KW with a 6-2 lead. Wormley gets the step and blows the layup. Heartbreak City for Horace Wormley.
Yeah, he'll be thinking about that one for a little while here.
The Express get back on defense. Here's Ellis from downtown. Put her there as Akeem Ellis picks up 5 quick points as they lead 9-2.
You know, when you get a quick start like that, you really start feeling yourself, and it starts to feel like the buckets are just going in themselves. You don't have to put it up.
And Wormley answers back from the top of the key. Derek Hall, on the other hand, however, gets flustered, gets the reverse. Once again, the storyline, like you said, is writing itself.
Yeah, the Express really got to get some stops in here sometime.
Wormley fights through the double team. Top side, he gets it back. And he'll get the foul.
You know, what I really like about Wormley is he's got that attitude where his team's down. He says, you know what? I'm going to put the team on my back. I'm going to get the guys going. And I just love that attitude in a point guard.
You're going to like that type of responsibility, too, considering that he's no stranger to this league as well. Played the last 2 years as the Riptide. He was one of their leading man as well, and he's the leading man for the Express. Addison outside. Tate circles the drain and misses the three. Under 8 to go in the first. Ellis with the fake. Drives inside, double team, puts it up and in. He gets the foul, and he'll go to the line for the N1.
That was a great drive. A tough shot where he wasn't even looking at the net after the foul there. And like I said, you just start feeling yourself in the, it seems like the buckets just keep going in.
That was a good look for Akeem Ellis. When you get the fake, anything could happen. And once again, it comes down to those big guys stretching out the floor and enabling those opportunities for the Titans to get close to the rack as possible. And you've seen there, Akeem Ellis got the job done. After a brief discussion, Ellis will go to the line. He misses the and-one attempt, and Patillo snags the board. 7:42 remaining. Titans up 9. Wormley off the Patillo semi-pick. Gets the floater, misses it. Patillo outside. Wormley misses it. And Hall comes up with the ball. He slows things down as he gives it to Smith.
Nice to see a big man dribble out of trouble there as well.
Almost got his pocket pick, 10 on the shot clock. And here's Horton. Gets denied, I believe, by Patillo. Here comes the Express. It's a 3-on-2. Tate will slow things down. Anderson, catch and shoot. That's what he does, and he puts 3 more up for the Express.
Anderson showing why he can get those threes. If you leave a little bit of room, he's going to make the points.
And Anderson gets his first points of the board this evening. Outside, Horton misses the three from the corner. Here comes Wormley. Horton almost had a hand on it, but he maintained the ball. Now Wormley slows things down. He's got an assignment with Hall. Cross court, Tate puts it home. So Tyrell Tate gets his first two in an Express uniform as he cuts the lead to 4.
It's got to be a good feeling to get that early.
After those nerves in the first few minutes, it has to be. Sutherland gets flustered, passes right back up top, and Ellis gets the easy two. What a move by Akeem Ellis.
Early on, Ellis is looking real good, real dangerous. That wasn't even a player we said to watch, and they're going to have to watch him the rest of this game.
Remember, Ellis got 21 points the last game around, so he could become a threat if he keeps on the scoring tear. Patillo gets the footwork. He won't get the basket, but he'll go to the line. And it's going to be immediate timeout on the floor as it's 15-9 in favor of the KW Titans.
You know, the Express probably want a better start. 15-9 right now for KW Titans. I thought they were going to come out with a lot of energy, Aaron, and I just didn't see it right now.
Absolutely. All right, let's say hello to our third member of our broadcast crew tonight, Cody Wall. Cody? While we wait for Cody, once again, I agree with you, Tate. Some of the pace from the Express slowed down a little bit, but once again, the Express are known for being very patient and steady when it comes to letting their plays breathe. And we're seeing that so far. We've seen them try to take advantage of a big deficit, and they did that as well. That's why they cut the lead down to 6. I see that we are now ready for Cody Wall, so let's send it down to him. Okay, we'll go back to Cody after the first quarter as Patillo goes to the line and gets the first free throw.
That's a good shot for Patillo. You know, early on, he wants to get those free throws going. He's 66% from the line right now.
And he knocks down both free throws, and the score has now been cut to 4. Titans 15, Express 11, with 5:35 remaining in the opening quarter. Here's Smith over to Ellis. He has the hot hand, and he misses that one this time around. Good defense set by the Express this time around.
Yeah, you know, now they're pushing him a little far out, a little further out than he probably wants to be. And that shot was a air ball, so hopefully that confidence is still going for Ellis, which I expect it will still be.
It opens up a good chance for the Express to get an offensive stop. Anderson outside. That hits the front. And we see DeAndre Thomas coming into the game here, Tate. So that's one of the players we got to look after.
Yeah, 21 points last game, and he's been dangerous a lot this season. If you take a look at the Express Twitter page, he's been a bench player of the game very often this season.
Absolutely. And I firmly believe, could be a potential 6th player of the year. As the Express, they have numbers. Patillo gets fouled, and off he goes back to the line.
Patillo, big, strong guy. He has to take it a line a lot and try to draw those fouls. And like I said, he got those 2 first free throws, so it's got to be a good feeling for him coming into this game.
And we see Joel Friesen into the game for the Titans, one of the recent acquisitions for the Titans, a well-known veteran in NBLC. Richard Armardi is going to come off the bench too. We've seen him in the last couple of games. He's been coming off the bench as Juan Patillo knocks down the first free throw. But when our Marty comes off the bench, it stirs wonders, and that just brings up a lot more when it comes to scoring.
Yeah, it's definitely a question for the team, especially when Marty has such a high three-point percentage as he does. And like I said, that's the way the Express need to start playing, getting shots from the arc.
Once again, they're one of the league's best when it comes to shooting from outside, as Horton misses it. Wormley with the rebound. Amarty. Cross court inside Patillo, double team, puts it up, no good. And once again, the Express are getting so many chances to try to finish it off, but they keep on getting outnumbered in terms of rebounds. Here's Friesen down low, looking for a pass to Titer, gets it intercepted. Here comes Amarty. Anderson tries to back down. They'll reset. Ball swung back around. Anderson inside Patillo. Misses the bank call.
You got to hit those open shots. That's one he probably would like a second chance on.
A quick foul down low this time around. That was Damon Lynn with the shot, and he'll get a chance to go to the line. We got a couple of substitutions on the floor. We're going to see Justin Strings come in for KW. We're going to see Reggie Hamilton and Angelo Griffiths coming in. A guy you really struck a chord with, too, is one of your players to look out to.
Yeah, Angelo Griffiths has got 14 points in the last 2 games for the Express. So he comes in on this team and is really making a difference for them.
He really spots up with those shots as well. And Reggie Hamilton, a guy to look out to. That's the last person the Titans want to foul as well, because so far in this season, he's been perfect from the line.
Hey, perfect's pretty good, I hear.
Thomas one-on-one on Titer, gets the quick foul from Horton. Horton tried to swipe it away, but it was a little too aggressive.
I mean, if that was me, I probably wouldn't be swiping at Thomas too often, a big guy like that. You know, he's kind of scary, but, you know, he's a nice guy off court.
He is a nice guy off the court, but one thing that's important to him is to make sure he gets his job done. He's been doing that so well ever since coming off the bench this year. And there he is with the ball. Sizes up, falls away. Oh, my!
Very difficult shot for Thomas right there. Looking athletic with that shot.
It was Thomas against the world on that. Ball almost got slipped away. Here's Friesen. Fires it, misses the banker. And loose ball on the ground. And Thomas picks it up. Amarty with the spin. Amarty with the good look.
That was a great pivot to get in the inside and get to the hoop right there. Marty looking good coming off the bench today.
And the Express have tied this game up at 17. Under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. And Damon Lynn knocks down the tray. Hamilton one-on-one against Lynn. Bring it right back up to the center, drives through the double team, puts it up, circles the drain, and he misses it. It's good to see the Windsor Express getting those good looks, but once again, they got to finish as the Titans get the ball back. Friesen in the air, gets stopped in his tracks.
Yeah, tough bounce right there. It starts to get tough, almost frustrating when these shots aren't going in. And it starts wearing the team down, and when they just don't understand why it's not going in.
Let me make a quick correction. That was Justin Strings with the attempted shot. That's my mistake. Brian Addison comes back in for the Express as we have 10 on the shot clock. Here's Greg Morrow, one of the original KW Titans. 5 on the shot clock. And the reverse goes behind the backboard. It will be Express ball.
Good stop for the Express. Making the shots difficult is what you have to do when the player drives, and that's what they did, and they got a good stop right there.
So the Express with the ball, they could tie with the 3. Under 2 minutes, Hamilton tries the drive, gets it poked away. Titer. Strings. He misses it, but he's going to the line. Bill Jones not happy with that defensive effort on the other end.
No, you got to be disappointed. They're they're getting their chances. Those drives are coming in clean almost every single time.
We see Justin Strings going to the line, 66% in the free throws. And they missed that one. And he misses the second one.
You know, another guy that shoots 66% from the line. We saw Batillo get his first two, and then Strings unfortunately misses both of his.
Down low, DeAndre Thomas. One-on-one on Titer. Uses the room, puts it up, no good. But he'll go to the line to shoot too.
Again, I think if you're the Express, you're kind of hoping eventually they got to start dropping. It's just the bounces, the way they're coming off the rim. The team's just got to think, we'll get there.
Ryan Anderson comes back into the game. So, once again, the Windsor Express getting those good opportunities but can't finish it. That's been, unfortunately, one of the storylines for the Express, especially when it comes to the second half in a game where it's just going to bite them at the end of the day, as we see DeAndre Thomas miss that first free throw. So it's very important that you get those easy shots to go and the free throws as well, because you'll never know if it will end up to be a close game. He misses both free throws, and that's kind of rare for him this year.
Yeah, you know, when there's a 7-point difference between the last 3 games, it's these little things that have to go in and to get these wins.
Friesen misses it from downtown. On the putback is Morrow. Fight for the ball. And we're going to have a quick foul. I believe it's going to go to the Express.
You know, on that play there, what I like that the Express have been doing is when they do push them to the outside, they're making them shoot some deep threes. I do like that. They just got to watch those drives that they're allowing often.
So Terrell Tate will return into the game. So we're basically seeing a Express lineup filled with people that are confident to drive and are willing to take those outside shots. Full shot clock for the Titans. Friesen with the behind the back. Inside Titer knocks down the J and expands this lead back to 5.
Thomas has to be a little tighter on his man there. He kind of gave him the open shot.
I saw what you did there. We had tight time to fill it in, but you got it in anyhow. So did DeAndre Thomas.
You got to like a guy that maybe has a defensive collapse and then comes back to get his points back on the board.
Oh, it's a 3-point game for the Titans as Titer will have it near the top of the key. Hands off to Morrow. Titer again. 8 on the shot clock. Friesen downtown. Misses it. Here comes the Express again. They could most likely look for one more offensive stop. Hamilton misses the 3, and final shot time for the Titans in this first quarter. Down to 6. Friesen, tightly contested by Griffith, spins all the way, and he puts it up and in. And that'll do it for the first quarter as the Titans get a 5-point lead over the Express, 24-19. And we're going to step aside here, and we'll be back for the second quarter and Cody Wall after this message. Windsor Express basketball brought to you by Booster Juice.
The job market has changed, and I have to adapt. I'm not just getting theory, I'm getting skills. A degree isn't necessarily a pathway to their career. Being industry ready is. I choose to take control of my future, and my path is St. Clair College. I choose to be here.
Thanks, guys. It's been an interesting first quarter for the Express. They started off extremely slow. There was a lot of, not so much selfish plays, but individual plays where they weren't taking the smartest shots, and the Titans were really capitalizing on this. They seemed to be moving the ball a lot more effectively for the Express than the Express, and overall it came down to the Express rallying late in the first quarter and seeming to get the ball movement and some smart shots to get them back in the game. And then to focus on Thomas, he came off the bench once again and made an immediate impact. He seems to do this every game, and he's an early favorite this season for the sixth man. He seems like once he gets into the paint, that's his bread and butter. He backs players down, and it's one of the reasons why, well, only in 19 minutes a game, he's averaging almost 14 points and 5 rebounds. And like I said, an early favorite for sixth man of the year. I also think that with the situation of how dominant he has been with only 19 minutes, it's going to come to eventually the coaching staff are going to have to decide, do they want to give him more minutes and start him, or do they like the way he's situated right now, coming off the bench and providing offense throughout the game? That's all I got. I would be interested to see what our broadcasters up top have to think about this situation. What do you guys think, Tom? Do you think he's in a good spot where he is right now, or do you think he should be getting more minutes? So I'll throw it back up to you guys.
What, Cody, I firmly believe that it is good for him to start off the bench, if you think about it, because the most deadliest threats in a game of basketball is somebody coming off the bench. Because Tate, when you look at it, when somebody off the bench gets into a scoring groove like that, it's quite intimidating. It brings up a lot of passion and a lot of adrenaline for this team, whether if they're in a comeback situation or they were looking to expand on that lead.
Yeah, your bench guys are so often your heart guys, the guys that can get you going in the game and really get the boys' adrenaline.
And there you go right there, DeAndre Thomas right on cue. He starts off the first quarter with a jumper, and the Express are now down 3. 24-21 as we are underway here in the second quarter. Aaron Sanders, Tate Harris, Cody Wall here at the WFCU Center as Justin Strings makes the basket. He gets fouled, and he'll go to the line.
Strings, remember, he missed both those shots last time. Let's see if he can at least get one this time.
All right, here is Justin Strings. This is his first year. Played college basketball at Sacramento State. 2-time All-Big Sky second team, and the last year recipient of the NABC All-District second team honors as well. As we go back to the other side, this is Reggie Hamilton. Errant pass right there as Strings will go to the line again, and a perfect and one opportunity. Back-to-back and one opportunities for Justin Strings.
Marty probably is having a little difficulty. He's got his hands up, and it looks like Strings just, he knows he can go into those hands every time to draw the foul.
Well, once again, that errant assignment for Richard Marty cost the Windsor Express big time. So you saw Justin Strings go right in there. We got a quick game update here, because we're not the only game in town. We got another game going on between the London Lightning and the Sudbury 5. London up 11, 26-15 as they're about to start the second quarter. This is Elliot Etherington's first game as head coach of the London Lightning. As most of you recall, earlier this week, Keith Vassell and the Lightning mutually agreed to part ways en route for Elliot Etherington to get the full-time coaching spot. So not a bad start for them. Let's see how they could perform the rest of the 36 minutes.
Yeah, I would expect the Sudbury 5 don't go down easy, as we saw in Windsor that first game.
And they don't go down easy either, as speculated in last week's game. Thomas, the spin move, gets double teamed. What a reverse!
He's not down back, he's working. DeAndre Thomas.
So the shots aren't the Express's concern. It's their ability to get it inside real deep, as Morrow misses the fadeaway. Tyrell Tate the rebound. Tate on the handoff. Wormley back at the wing. He waves on Marty off. Here's DeAndre going to work. Tries to get double team. Misses the fadeaway. Oh, my mistake. He got it in. For a second there, it looked like it was going to go a little bit out, but
well, we saw so many bounces go the wrong way for the Express. Like I said, you just got to think eventually they'll go in, and maybe they have.
DeAndre Thomas putting on a good display. Loose ball on the ground. Who will get it? The Express will. Here comes Marty. Tate gets his pocket picked. And here's Justin. Here's Friesen. Friesen knocks down the three.
You know, after a broken play like that, maybe you got to move quicker to get back on defense, as there was an open guy there, too, on the arc.
And here's Wormley. Wanted the contact, won't get it. He'll get the ball back. Good hustle play right there from the Express. They'll restart with just 9:37 remaining in the half. Wormley gets the screen from Thomas. The floater, no good, as Friesen picks up the board. Morrow hands off to Tyder. Finger roll, counted in a foul. Well, it looks like they're going to wave it off. Offensive foul.
Yeah.
It was a good take from Nigel Tyler nonetheless.
You know, it's important to take contact there and let the guy run you over, because sometimes those calls can go your way.
So the Express gets a lucky break here. They are down 6 as we are just underway here in the second quarter. Ball movement applied. Here's Tate. Just signed and activated as the IR designate today. He'll drive, he'll fire, he'll miss, he'll put it back up and in.
No, finally we've seen a second chance there by the Express. They grabbed that rebound after not knocking down the first bucket.
And Terrell Tate cuts the lead down to 4. Friesen inside the strings. The basket won't count. It will be on the floor.
Good start for Terrell Tate. Averaged 4.4 points over the season so far, and he's already got 4 tonight.
Absolutely. This is his 6th game. Remember, he played his first 5 as a part of the Sudbury 5. Started in 2 before he got released. Smith outside. Misses it. And another number 1 is there to pick the rebound. The one and only Juan Patillo.
Looks like the Titans have been struggling on the arc right there, so the Express game plan might be to make them take those shots.
Patillo misses the side shot. Couldn't get the step back to go. Derek Hall one-on-one on Patillo. Big defensive assignment tonight. And the cut inside, it's taken away by Patillo. Here comes the Express as Griffiths couldn't control the ball, but it will stay the Express way.
You know, I like that defensive play by Patillo there, using his strength against Hall's size, forced the pass, and not a good pass, so they were able to stop the ball and take it down the court. And they get to keep possession here, which is a good thing.
They will. The Express will keep possession. They have it from the baseline. Patillo with the inbound. Griffiths. He redeems his mistake right down there. Not so long ago, gets the 2. Here's Ashton Smith. Friesen to Ellis. A triad of veterans handling the ball. Along with Derek Hall, gets triple team, misses the shot. Second chance, no good, but he'll get fouled, and that was a really good foul. I agree with that foul. Somebody was right behind and whacked him right there.
Yeah, you know, the refs usually make the right call, and Hall was working as hard as he could, continued to grab those rebounds. So.
But once again, it is an issue when you have a guy like Hall picking up those second and third chance rebounds, and that's been the Windsor Express vices yet again. So they got to find some way to contain Derek Hall so he doesn't find a way to reach in, get the rebound, and get the easy putback.
And you got to watch fouling him, too. You think, oh, maybe we'll be stronger on him, but Hall is at 77% from the line as well.
Brian Addison comes back into the game. It looks like he will not go to the line. That foul was called on the floor. So they'll inbound it from the baseline. And there is Hall from the mid-range, and he got it. Once again, Derek Hall may be a big man, but he sure can shoot it from anywhere. 33-29 Titans. Patillo looks for options, finds one in Wormley. Wormley with the drive, challenges Hall to the basket. He'll go to the line.
It's a big drive by Wormley.
And talk about such grit and tenacity. He's going toe-to-toe with 2 defenders right after the basket, but once again, this shows how much responsibility Forrest Wormley provides for this Express team.
Oh, yeah, he gets the confidence going. He works hard. And to me, those are the kind of guys that you need to win championships. I understand the Express records where it's not good right now, but a guy like that can get you back on track.
But with a guy with responsibility, you really got to branch out to all those other players and get them involved too, because once again, they're not faring so well in the assists per game, so it's either a one-man, two-man show or not, but as the statistics show, they are 8th when it comes to assists. Only 17 assists per game.
Yeah, that's a tough thing, especially for Wormley, who averages 8 assists per game himself.
Absolutely. Quick three, the fall back down, Tate with the rebound. And here's Tate over the Griffiths. Griffiths with the stutter step, fires a three, and it goes. And the Express get their first lead of the evening. The pass down low, almost double teamed is Ellis, but he'll get fouled. And we're going to have a little bit of jawing down, but first off, I'll say this. Angelo Griffiths started it off. He was talking down to the baseline.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes if you can talk to someone, get them to talk back to you, you can get a call go your way.
Well, you don't want to do it near the referees.
Oh,
That's
no.
Griffiths is trying to play there.
Yeah. That's why you got to put your hands up, pretend like, hey, I did nothing wrong the whole time. And really like Griffiths. He played in Sweden last year, so. Seen a little handshake between the two players there, showing a little understanding that sometimes this game can get a little rough.
So it's a foul on Angelo Griffiths and a double technical called on Akeem Ellis and Angelo Griffiths, so they'll both cancel out and we'll go back to the game. Ellis loses his control, and that's going to be a foul. So a little too much aggression right there, Tate, on that inbounds pass. But if you want to contain a player, Akeem Ellis is one of those guys you really want to contain. He was on fire in the first quarter.
Yeah, he was on fire, so I understand applying a little more pressure on him, but the Express do have to be careful because they've gotten in foul trouble in the past.
Hall misses the shot. Tremar Sutherland will foul off that rebound. Tate tried to get it, but Tremar Sutherland leaned right in, and that's where we lay.
You know, I've seen Terrell Tate grab a few rebounds now, and he might be that player that the Express need.
We'll see how he performs the rest of this game, the next couple of games here. As Griffiths has the ball, almost got it poked around, one-on-one against Sutherland. 9 on the shot clock. Thomas on the outside. Thomas wanted the shot, but Griffiths took it instead. He misses it from the side. Horton backs down, almost got double teamed. Horton from the Ellis pick. And here's Smith, misses the leaner, the putback, no good from Hall. This time around, they were able to stop Derek Hall from getting the rebound. There was nobody on the weak side defense from KW to retain that rebound.
Oh, you did get the first one there, DeAndre. Far out.
And the bank is open for DeAndre Thomas. Once again, you want a reason why he's a potential 6th man of the year, you got it. Ed Horton knocks down the tree. So back and forth game as this game is tied at 36 with 5:12 to go. Expect the media timeout on the next dead ball. Griffiths with the deep cut. He won't get it. Thomas on Hall. Misses it, and Hall picks up the rebound.
You know, for Hall being as tall as he is, he's still got a lot of strength to him, as even Thomas is having a tough time handling him.
Yeah, and Thomas had to grab him there and pick up the foul before he did any other damage. So that will be a foul on DeAndre Thomas. Ryan Anderson will check back in for the Express, but before that, we'll have our media timeout. Express 36, Titans 36, more than halfway in through the second quarter here.
So important to be taught by industry professionals because they know what they're doing. And they're not just teaching because they read it in a book somewhere. They're teaching because they've lived it. I choose to take control of my future, and my path is St. Clair College. I choose to be here.
Back at the WFCU Center, scores tied at 36. back and forth game, but we're seeing the Windsor Express getting back into it. They're finding their tempo so far, and one of the main reasons, DeAndre Thomas.
This is a player we talked from the start. Cody talked about him. He's just got this attitude towards him, and he really gets the team going. Now, I think the Express would be in a better position if they hit a lot of those second chances or even those original chances that just didn't seem to go in at the beginning of the game, but maybe they're going to start going in now, especially we've seen Thomas's crazy shot there go in for him, so it might be a different game from now.
Well, the rebounding opportunities has been spiking up for the Express now. I mean, originally they had problems with their big guys. For example, Akeem Ellis going down the lane, Nigel Tyder and Derek Hall, but they found some way to poke through and get the rebounds. So if they keep on doing this, they'll find some more fast break opportunities. And
I like that matchup with Patillo and Hall. Patillo's got that size where you can kind of keep Hall away from getting close to the basket, getting in the paint there. So it's a matchup I'm going to keep my eye out for sure.
So it appears that Derek Hall will go to the line to shoot 2. This is Derek Hall's second year with the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans. Spent 2015-16 with the Moncton Miracles. One of the few guys who remain in this league from the Moncton Miracles team. In addition to that, he might be writing on his own personal history too. Coming into this game, 161 points away from 1,000 career points. And when you average basically a big-time double-double like he did last year, he could write up on company anytime. So we picked up those past points as he is doing here tonight. Patillo one-on-one with Ellis. Loses that battle as Ellis will pick up the rebound. 4:25 remaining in the half. Hall inside to Horton.
Got to keep your head on a swivel there. Pay attention to who's cutting through. Just a defensive collapse for the Express there.
And another one of those problems for the Express. They expected Derek Hall to drive, so that's why they wanted to double team down at the arc. Anderson misses the 3, and a quick rebound down low. Horton has the ball. Hall sizing up on Thomas. Gets the Dirk Nowitzki fadeaway to go.
Not much Thomas could do on that play, too. You got your hands up. You're forcing a difficult shot, but
it came down to reach as the Titans are now up 5. Patillo on the cross-court pass, and here's Tate. Tate, right hand, no good. Tough break for the Express as the Titans get the ball back. Ashton Smith inside. Hall misses the deuce. And Anderson will pick up the rebound after the quick chance. And here's Tate to the basket. He'll draw the foul.
I'm really liking Tate's game coming into this. I like his name as well.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
He rings a bell. But it'll be the 5th team foul for the Titans. Terrell Tate will head off to the line.
Yeah, he's shooting 75% at the line this season as well, so looks like a good numbers for Terrell Tate.
So we got 2 former Moncton Miracles players playing on the court tonight. You got Derek Hall, and now you got Terrell Tate playing against each other, of course. And once again, Terrell Tate, no strangers to the big leagues. He played in the G League last season for the Texas Legends, only 1 game there, and played the rest of the way in the Canton Charge, which is the affiliate for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Angelo Griffiths comes back into the game.
You know, speaking on Tate there, it just shows how small the basketball community really is. A lot of these guys play with each other in the past, and here they are now.
Here's Hall. Up top near the 3-point line, pivots around, finds Smith, and that ball gets poked away. On the button is Griffiths. Comes right off the bench and picks up the steal. And here's Wormley one-on-one with Smith. Patillo sizes up. Misses the shot. Down low, and the rebound is Ellis. Under 3 to go in the half. Hall couldn't control the ball.
Ellis had that hot hand in the first quarter. We kind of seen him cool down here in the second, maybe forcing plays that were otherwise working for him in the first quarter.
So the Express down 3, a 1-possession game. They got to find some way for DeAndre Thomas to get back swinging because they haven't been getting some shots to fall. And there is Thomas down at the elbow. Falls away, and it's no good. The fight for the ball.
That reach of Hall really making the shots difficult for Thomas. He's got to put him up pretty high to get over him.
And Hall with the ball again, gives it to Ellis. Ellis inside, outside Sutherland. Sutherland drives to the basket, and he gets the foul.
You know, it seems like a lot of the teams that come here at the WFCU when they play the Express play this aggressive style, and they always attack the net. It's like they know what the weak point of the Express is, and they're planning for it.
In the game for the Express, number 5, Brian Addison.
And in addition to that, there are some times where the defense breaks down for the Express. Plenty of times you see them either double or triple teaming down in the post, but they got to realize there's 4 other players down there that could get good shots off as Tremar Sutherland misses the first free throw.
Yeah, it's just overthinking. You know, you see all these guys drive, you're like, okay, let's stop that. Then the guys are open on the arc, so it's a tough situation for the Express right now.
Under 2 minutes to go, coming up at halftime, we'll try to head down to Cody Wall. He'll give us some insights of halftime, and you'll see us up here for the Windsor Express halftime report as well as we have a stoppage of play down at the court. It's going to be Tremar Sutherland with the foul. So the next foul will put KW over the limit. Gormley back up top. Here's Griffiths. Griffiths gets the pick from Addison. Breaks the pick. 3 on the shot clock. He drives with the reverse up and no good. Once again, Heartbreak City for the Windsor Express.
Tough bounces again.
And that 3 will hit off the top iron. Here comes the Express again. 3-on-3 opportunity, and Wormley will slow it down. He'll shoot a long 2, and it will miss. Titans on the attack. Here's Ashton Smith trying to go with a Euro and gets it to go.
You know, that typical patience that we see the Express play with, we're not seeing it right now in the second quarter. They're kind of losing that rushing pace. It's really tough for the players right now.
They got to find some way to get a good stop before the end of the half. Addison misses the shot, and the Titans get the rebound again. And Addison tried to block it, but the shot's missed. Hall gets it poked around, and Patillo gets it to Wormley. And another foul. So again, that's going to put the Titans over the limit, and free throws abound for the Express.
Hall being very vocal down there, expected a call on that steal. Obviously, the ref's not going to call it in his way as play continued, as in the Express drew a foul.
So Wormley is going to go to the line.
This is someone you don't want at the line, obviously. He's shooting 92%.
Once again, I agree with you on that. Again, not only a great leader, but a great free throw shooter. But the Windsor Express haven't been able to capitalize on their free throws in the first 2 quarters. As Wormley knocks the first free throw down, we see Brian Addison is going to head to the locker room early. And Wormley knocks down both free throws, and it's a 4-point game with 40 seconds remaining.
Frustration obviously starting to show for the Windsor Express here.
And a quick poke around, loose ball on the floor. And the Express and the Titans playing a scrum here as Patillo will put it up and in. They're not going to count the basket. Oh, my. What a sequence.
You know, it looked like a bit of a rugby game there. It's a little crazy. Wormley, I don't know if he's hurt here or if no basket.
It's no basket, and it's a crying shame, too, because after all that effort,
yeah,
you get that basket waved off. But kudos for Patillo for coming right out of there and try to finish it off. It'll be a foul on Justin Strings, however. Juan Patillo will go to the line instead.
And that's the leadership we've been talking about with Wormley. He goes right down to the hardwood trying to get the loose ball, and the rest of the players see that. and want to do the same. They need to get those loose balls. He's just showing the importance of a player like that again.
I think that type of play woke the Windsor Express up. After missing so many attempts and missing those finishes, I think that woke them up a little bit as they try to make this a one-possession game. Well, and they do.
You could hear it in the crowd, too. The energy a little louder here after getting that steal and no basket. But, again, a big play. Like you said, it definitely woke them up.
Anthony Otley Jr. comes into the game. He started in the first few games, and then they decided to go back to their regular lineup, which had Marty started off.
Yeah.
So now the shot clock is dead, 12 seconds to go in the half.
Oddly, to the only player returning from last year.
Absolutely. Lynn down the 2. It's going to be double dribble. The Express will get the ball and one last chance at a shot with 2.2 seconds remaining.
More than enough time to get a shot off in the air.
But before that, the Express are going to call a timeout.
You think they want to get the ball into Anderson's hands here and they'll put up this shot?
I think it would be a good idea because Anderson's known for catching and shooting. You get a good screen for him just to pop out, he could do it. But it's a matter of who they keep on the court. As we take a look at the Express bench once again, coached by Bill Jones. The only coach for the Express in this franchise history. Picked up 2 championships, and now they got to find themselves to get back at 500 with a 1-6 record. And if the second half basically mirrors what we've seen in this first half, they might have a shot to do it.
Yeah, and I just noticed that Addison has returned to the bench, so I'm not sure if he was just getting an injury wrapped up or what happened there, but we'll definitely try to find out for you guys.
I know he was a bit frustrated in the last couple of plays too, so he decided to walk it out. But you don't want to lose a big guy like Brian Addison, somebody that can box out and go through the traffic and pick up those rebounds. He could be one of the main reasons why the Express could capitalize on second chance opportunities.
Yeah, I think it's great that he rejoins the bench too for this last play.
And here is the last play. Griffiths, Anderson catch and shoot like we said, and he'll miss it as the first half comes to a close, 44-42 in favor of the KW Titans. Everything just picked up in the second quarter, and the Windsor Express, despite the lead, got to have some sort of momentum heading into the locker room.
Yeah, I mean, that big play there where everyone was scrambling for the ball, added some energy in the building, added some energy to the team. No basket on the play, but it's something that they definitely can build on.
All right, 2-point deficit for the Express at the half against the KW Titans. We'll step aside, and we'll be back for the halftime report after these messages.
It starts here, where Jamie lost 145 pounds and became inspiring others to get active. Where Cheryl didn't let her fear of water keep her kids from learning to swim. Where Valerie got fit after retiring, and at 90 years old, she's still dancing to the beat. Vitality, courage, transformation. A healthier you starts here. What will your story be? Join the YMCA today.
Okay, what we're going to do
Okay, we're back at halftime. 2-point lead for the Titans, 44-42 against the Windsor Express. I'm Aaron Sanders. This is Tate Harris. We'll try to get Cody Wall down there in the sidelines soon enough, but heck of a performance for the first half. First quarter, we've seen the KW Titans gain momentum, but with the Windsor Express, their hustle and their ability to grab on rebounds, they're able to get back into this one despite only being down 2.
Yeah, I mean, early on, our storyline was kind of playing out. Hall was down there grabbing those rebounds. The Express weren't converting on chances. They weren't converting on free throws. But then suddenly there started to be a change. They started converting on those plays. Thomas with a tough shot. It starts to give momentum, and then that big play at the end there, scramble for the ball. You got to get the crowd into it. The guys on the bench are into it, and you can start to feel some energy going on this team.
So the players are into it, the crowd are in for it for the Express, but everything has been going all cylinders for the KW Titans. Derek Hall, no exception, putting on a good performance. But when you have hot shooters like Akeem Ellis and, of course, Joel Friesen coming into the fold, it really shows how capable this KW team is. And lo and behold, they might pick up a winning streak like about 1 game, 2 games, or 3 games, or 2 if they keep this up.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I actually thought Friesen was a little quiet during the game, though, but Ellis was very impressive, hitting some deep shots, getting some drives going, getting a little mouthy with some other players. He definitely was feeling himself. He had that one air ball there, and he kind of got cold in the second quarter, but he still continued to drive, and he's just having a great game. And that's the type of leadership that can start stringing some wins for the KW Titans.
Once again, you got one team with a number of veterans and a couple of players that are new to this team, like, for example, Justin Strings and Damon Lynn. They have been quiet in this first 24 minutes, but we got to expect those new players to come in and take charge of it in the next 24.
Yeah, I really like Strings' game. He's getting to the line. He was shooting 66% coming into this, but he's hit some of those free throws. I really like his game. It does those drives. Those drives have been killing the Express. If I was Coach Jones, what I would do going in there is forcing those shots from the arc, those deep shots, because other than Ellis, the KW Titans have struggled to hit shots from beyond the arc.
In addition to that, how do you address the situation if you're the Windsor Express about them blowing all those open opportunities to the basket? Because that has to speak a lot of volumes now.
Yeah, so again, this is the veterans in the room saying we got to just keep at it. You just got to keep it. When it comes to Thomas and Hall, he's shooting the ball high, so you're getting those big bounces off the rim. So you got to get closer to the basket. You got to get to the inside to get those shots and get closer to the rim to make sure that they fall. So it's something that's difficult, but you just got to keep at it, and eventually I think they will get there.
Ryan Anderson has been a little bit quiet himself in the first 2 quarters, but I think that veteran leadership will pay off into the second half. But it can't be about the veterans all the time. You also got young players like Reggie Hamilton, Angelo Griffiths, and of course Tyrell Tate, who's looking pretty good in his debut in an Express uniform.
Yeah, Tyrell Tate already beating his season average of 4.4 points. I also think he's grabbing a lot of rebounds. He's looking good tonight. He's got a great last name. And again, Angelo Griffiths, another guy. He's got some speed. They're adding some speed to this team. Maybe sometimes the veterans a little old. They won't tell you that. Might feel it in their knees. But these guys are adding a good presence and some speed to this team.
It's a matter of them getting through together and winning these next 2 quarters because, again, the Windsor Express, they have lost a couple of games when it came down to the final possession. They got to find some way to get back into this, and that's how I see it.
Yeah, I think the one thing a lot of people forget about the Express is they had a short training camp, and they only had 1 preseason game. So this time has kind of been the team getting together. They've added some new players, so they're still continuing to build chemistry, but I think it will eventually come together for them because there's just spurts where you see this team and you go, this is a good team, and they just got to put it all together and stay consistent.
One final point I want to inquire here. I think KW has the advantage when it comes to resting time because remember, the Express haven't played a game since Sunday afternoon. The Titans are coming off a loss on Thursday against the Sudbury 5, so it's a matter of rest time and the ability to rub off all that rust, and I think the KW Titans are really into this because, again, their game mind is heavy right now.
Oh, yeah, and even getting touches with the ball recently, like some of these Express players might come in and it kind of feels a little awkward at first. You're not getting the same touches that you have been getting, or you haven't been as consistently playing games, and it'll all come together for them soon. Just they'll figure it out, but like you said, it's just getting the rust off, which we kind of saw in the first quarter, but as this game has gone on, they've gotten better.
All All right, we'll see how the rest of the half plays out. The Titans 44 and the Express 42. That will do it from us up here. We'll be back in a matter of moments for the second half in just a moment. You're watching Windsor Express basketball, brought to you by Booster Juice.
I want to understand why.
I want this to be perfect.
I want to be inspired.
I want to be challenged.
No matter the reason, our passion to learn brought us here.
It starts here, where Jamie lost 145 pounds and became a leader, inspiring others to get active. Where Cheryl didn't let her fear of water keep her kids from learning to swim. Where Valerie got fit after retiring, and at 90 years old, she's still dancing to the beat. Vitality, courage, transformation. A healthier you starts here. What will your story be? Join the YMCA today.
We might need to take a step back. So I'm standing by with Windsor Express player DeAndre. What do you guys think? Neither team has been able to pull away from one another this game. What do you guys think you need to do to maybe go on an extended run to break away?
Just got to stay the course, play together, stay intense, get the loose balls. We can't keep letting them get offensive rebounds. Derek Hall, a good player. He got 5 offensive rebounds, so we got to keep them off the boards and keep them away from getting 50-50 balls. And it'll be a better game. We closed the second quarter out real good by diving on the floor, playing with a little more intensity and a little more energy. So we just got to stay the course and stay to what we're doing, and hopefully we can pull it out.
And then also, what do you guys think, or what was said in the locker room heading back out? Was it similar type strategy, same thing?
We just got to play. We just got to play together and just stick to what we know. And that's playing with each other. Every game we right there, so we just got to pull this one out and just hold on to it, then we'll be all right.
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
That was DeAndre Thomas of the Windsor Express. I'm going to throw it back up to our broadcasters up top.
All right, Cody, thank you very much. And the one key that I could take from that interview, Tate, is the rebounding. How many times have we talked about those rebounds? They're going to be the make or break point for the Windsor Express. If you don't stop Derek Hall, a big guy, then that's going to spell a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it kind of seemed like a tough matchup for Thomas there. I like that matchup with Patillo. He's got the size to block him out. But DeAndre's been getting those difficult shots this game, so defensively, I think they can beat Hall, and offensively, he's a tough guy to stop, so it's going to be tough to figure out.
You got to find some way to isolate him out of the play so you could just drive inside. That will bring the intimidation factor up for sure. So once again at the half, it's the Express 44 and the Titans 42. No, my mistake, the other way around. It's the Titans 44 and the Express 42.
It's just one of those days.
Yeah, it's one of those days, all right. But rest assured, we got a whole nother half to go. So we'll see how things work out when we return to the WFCU Center in just a moment. All right, we are back at the WFCU Center in Windsor, Ontario. The Express are down 2 against the KW Titans, 44-42. I'm Aaron Sanders, with me Tate Harris, Cody Waller, sideline reporter, and the rest of our crew here from St. Clair College. Tate, it's going to get better from here. Going to get better from here. If the Windsor Express are showing that type of hustle, we might be in for a close game.
And it all starts with a player like Horace Wormley, who just has so much heart, attacks the net. You see a guy like that just work so hard, it continues to the team, and like you said, it's gonna happen for them.
They gotta find some way to get some big defensive stops too, because when you have a guy like Derek Hall going down as he hits the deck for a 3 and misses it.
You know, it's kind of been a rough one as well. You know, Hall complaining a bit there. I think you have to do that. You have to do that to Hall and really get in his grill and try to get him off his game.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be that aggressive, too, because we've seen him. He was doubled over after Anderson took a grab at him. That's not the way to contain him. You got to find some way to stop him defensively, as Hall gets the first 2 points to go in the second half.
Yeah.
And by that, I mean, get a hand up. Try to use your body. Yes, you might get the foul, but it shows that you're no pushover.
For sure, yeah, and that's just what they got to do here, and hopefully stop them.
We got Wormley over to Patillo. Patillo from the free throw line, and he misses it. That's usually his shot. And the Titans trying to capitalize on a fast break. Sutherland And here's Ellis, knocks down the 3.
You know, one guy that was big for the Express in rebounds last game was Patillo. He had 12 rebounds. He's having a good night tonight, I think, and he'll have to continue that play and to get the Express a win tonight.
Wormley up top gets the pick from Addison. Addison gets the bucket.
Good look. I really like that look by Wormley. Sneaks the bounce pass in there.
That was a nice deep cut from Addison, and he got rewarded. Quick rebound by Anderson. Anderson trying to beat Horton, loses control of the ball. Now he has to dish it back to Horace. Horace with the Addison pick. Foul on the floor. And once again, it's no surprise that both Wormley and Addison work so well, especially off the pick and roll, because they spent last year as a part of the St. John Riptide.
Yeah, you know, they already have some chemistry developed, and we all know Horace likes to make those plays, and Addison just, you got to know your guy. You know the guy will get you the ball, so why not make those cuts?
Here's Wormley. Outside, Anderson misses the 3. And once again, the Titans capitalizing on the rebounds. All one-on-one on Addison. He'll put it up, but it's no good. Fight for the ball is won by Brian Addison.
That's the kind of defense that you were talking about. Get your hands up. Make it a tough shot for Hall.
Addison's warming up, but so is Wormley. He knocks down the 3. If it's not by those shots, it's by the assist. But this time he gets the shot from downtown to go. They're only down 2. Ellis, real estate. He gets the shot.
We may see Ellis heat up here in the third quarter and maybe mimic what he did in the first.
Good display from Ellis so far tonight. Wormley over the top to Patillo. Anderson goes to work. Drives inside. He'll get the foul from Hall. And Anderson got a little bit of a reaction afterwards. He held on to Hall.
It kind of looked like almost like a punch thrown.
And we have some discussions going on. Things are heating up down at the baseline. Ellis and Addison, as Ellis has to get restrained. And now the referees are going to have to sort things over as Cavell Johnson passes the timeline to see what's going on.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a conversation with the referees here. Like I said, it was Hall's a big guy. You know, he's getting in the way no matter what happens. Anderson's reaction there was a big one. So
once again, Anderson was trying to drive, and he got fouled by Hall. And in return, Anderson stuck a hand out around Hall. So if anything, it should be a double foul between Anderson and Hall. It would work. It would make things work out much more. But the question is, will Anderson go to the line?
Yeah, it wasn't like a full punch or anything, but it was definitely the thought was there. Got his hand up around his face, so.
Okay, the referee's explaining to the scores table. Let's hear what Mark Knight has to say. So it was a foul after the play by Anderson, and it was a foul during the play by Hall, which means Anderson will go back to the line as scheduled. And he knocks down the first free throw. Once again, you don't want your emotions to play out, especially after the play, because it might make or break you.
Yeah, I mean, that was a close one for Anderson. I do think he's the type of guy to take a second, maybe cool down here. But it makes the game interesting.
It appears to be a unsportsmanlike foul by Ryan Anderson, because Derek Hall is going to go to the line. So once again, to refresh everybody's memory, both fouls called on Anderson and Hall. Anderson reacted after the whistle was blown, so that's why Derek Hall's at the line. Derek Hall fouled Ryan Anderson during the play. That's why he went to the line. And Hall makes one of 2 free throws. So after all that has transpired here, the Titans will get the ball from the sideline with 9:12 remaining in the third.
And it's 14 seconds on the clock as well.
We're going to have another foul off the ball. This time it looks like it's going to go to the Titans. Tempers are really heating up here.
Yeah, and it's not even against, not only are the players heated, but the players are heated towards the referees, and that's something that you really have to be careful of. I understand the competition in the game between the teams, but you got to be careful with the referees.
Loose ball, Wormley retains it. He gets the pick from Madison. And here's Patillo from the elbow. No good. And it will be no basket. That foul will be on the floor. It looks like they are going to count the basket. My mistake. It'll be Tremar Sutherland with the foul. That will be his 5th, so he's in foul trouble early on in the second half.
Sutherland had 7 points in his last game against Sudbury.
Anderson thought about the shot, but he'll go the other way.
This might be a long one here.
Anderson picks up his 4th foul. Quick offensive foul from him. We'll put the ball the other way.
Starting to make you wonder who's not in foul trouble. A lot of whistles there.
Angelo Griffith comes back to the game, and you're right. I think it all started with that quick loose ball skirmish near the end of the second quarter that just really brought things up because, as you could see, the attitude has shot up since then.
The energy is almost playoff-like on the floor right now.
So the Titans get the ball back. This is Ashton Smith, one-on-one on Patillo. Ashton outside, Friesen misses the 3. And Tyrell Tate comes up with the rebound. He's been having a good game in his first game with the Express as Wormley splits the defense and puts it up and in.
Aggressive drive by Wormley, saw his opening and took it. When you're a small guy like that, it's easy to jump through holes.
So the Express tie this thing up at 53. Friesen with the hesitation dribble. He'll fire it, and he'll miss. And here's Tate on the attack. They'll count it regardless. It was already down.
And I think that's part of the frustration going. Friesen taking it out on the ball.
Well, regardless, the Express get the lead back. Under 8 minutes to go in the third. Hall gets the screen going on, and we're going to have another foul off the ball. Once again, both of these teams needs to calm down because there's still a whole lot of ball game to go through, but I don't think a lot of players will remain on the court if they keep on playing this way.
No, this might be a big bench game for some players, and it'll be interesting to see how it plays out if it does start to calm down.
They got to control the fouls. We got a double foul for both the Titans and the Express. So they'll cancel out. Addison gets the rebound. Griffith, topside Wormley. Back to the far side inside Patillo. Patillo, 9 on the shot clock, going one-on-one against Friesen. Finds an opening. Tate with the fake. Misses the bucket.
I like that shot for Tate. Got to take that shot every time if the opportunity's there.
Hall misses the shot. And will it be Express ball? No, I don't know. It's pretty close to call, especially when we're up here.
Yeah, and sometimes it's with so many calls right now, it's almost difficult to tell.
So it's going to be Terrell Tate with the foul. And there's going to be a technical foul assessed to KW's bench. Once again, the bench got to be careful because the last game they played this past Thursday night, Cavell Johnson picked up 2 technicals down there, so you don't want history repeating itself. Again, I reiterate, they got to calm things down.
Yeah, and oftentimes as a coach, you got to be careful because your players do feed off you. If you're cool, calm, and collect, not complaining about the calls, then the players are often cool, calm, and collect. So Cavell, it's just got to be careful. I mean, the game is an emotional one, that's for sure.
Yes. So Horace Wormley is going to go to the line to shoot the technicals. He makes the first, so that expands the lead. As the ball will now go the other way. Derek Hall has been getting a lot of chances at the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, and he's shooting well tonight. He's such a big guy. Like I said, the express way to contain him tonight has kind of been to be physical. And like you said, that may not be the best thing to do with a big guy like that.
He knocks down the first free throw. And again, it all comes up to him shooting almost 78% from the free throw line. So if you're the Windsor Express, you better hope that the game doesn't come down to the wire and you foul him. The Express get the ball back. Here's Griffiths off the Patillo pick. Wormley thought about the shot but decided to drive, and he loses control, and they will call a foul. It'll be on Ed Horton. So the next foul will put KW over the limit, and Horace Wormley back to the line.
Horace shooting 92% at the line this year.
Only to be topped by his teammate Reggie Hamilton, who's perfect from the line still. But we haven't seen much of Reggie tonight. And Wormley knocks down both of those free throws. It's a 3-point lead for the Express with 6:47 remaining in the third. Smith one-on-one on Tate, gets the screen from Hall. Outside, Horton. Yes. Ed Horton ties the game up.
The Express got to be careful trying to leave the guy before a pass is made, allowing an opening there for Horton to take his shot.
And we're going to have another foul on the Express.
Express foul, number 5, Brian Addison, his 4th.
It'll be Brian Addison's 4th foul, which means he will have a seat and DeAndre Thomas will come back in. Smith to Hall. Is going to be a foul once again on the Express.
Express foul, number 10,
Terrell Tate will pick up his 3rd foul. And now both of these clubs will be over the limit on their next fouls. Derek Hall goes up. It'll be offensive foul.
Terrell Tate just taking the contact there. That's a big guy to take contact from, but again, sacrificing himself for his new teammates.
So Derek Hall picks up the 4th foul, but the Express will not go to the line because that was an offensive foul. Coming into this game, the Express were 6th in personal fouls per game. And no question about it, that will skyrocket by the end of tonight. Patillo trying to fight through. He misses the shot. Loose ball on the ground and another whistle. So once again, foul trouble is peaking for both of these teams. Angelo Griffiths picks up his 4th foul of the game, and that will bring us to our media timeout. 5:47 remaining. Both of these teams are tied at 58.
I want to understand why.
I want this to be perfect.
I want to be inspired.
I want to be challenged.
No matter the reason, our passion to learn brought us here.
Well, Tate, this third quarter is something else. Fouls galore, the aggression's at an all-time high, and this game keeps on becoming more chippier and chippier as the time goes by.
Yeah, I think we're going to continue to see drives. We're not seeing a lot of pretty plays being made right now. A lot of guys just taking to the basket. Looks like you almost know a foul is going to be called right now. So keep driving, get to the line, and see if that continues to keep you in the game. Tied game right now. 5:47 to go. It'll be very interesting to see how this plays out.
Eventually this tie's got to be broken, but both of these clubs are pretty much even. If you look at it too, the foul trouble, it's looking serious for both of these teams.
Yeah, like I said, you're going to see, there's a possibility we see a lot of bench guys tonight who might have an opportunity to shine because they don't often get minutes during a close game. So we'll have to see how it plays out. I would assume it has to calm down, but again, we're not on the court. We're not feeling that energy, so.
You got to keep in mind, too, there are players that are on the bench that shouldn't be on the bench right now, but because of the foul situation, they have no choice but to hang on tight until the waning moments of either this quarter or the game itself. You have Ryan Anderson with 4 fouls, Brian Addison with 4 fouls as well. Derek Hall is also in foul trouble, too, so you got to be alertive of that, but that could be worked out to the Windsor Express's advantage if they keep him outside of his game.
And this might be one of the positives of keeping Armardi coming off the bench instead of starting him. He has an opportunity to be a real big player in tonight's game.
So 5:40 remaining. The Titans take back the lead by 2. Errant pass. Patillo bails the Express out. Down to 10 on the shot. And here's Tate. He'll go to work with the Euro. He misses it. The putback is good. Tate gets his own rebound and puts it back in.
He's definitely looked very impressive tonight and has continued to be great all through this game.
Here's Ashton Smith. He'll drive, and it will be a foul. It will most likely be on DeAndre Thomas. And now he's in foul trouble. That's his 4th.
You know, that may be you're a big guy call. Kind of just gets in the way sometimes, and fortunately the call did not go his way.
Do you think the way this is going, DeAndre should switch up his defensive assignment? Because remember, both Hall and Thomas have 4 fouls apiece. They don't want to get out of the game soon.
Yeah, that's a tough call, especially with the way DeAndre plays. He plays a physical game, and especially when the guy drives past him, he often takes a foul. So it'll be interesting to see how he plays this out.
2-point lead for the Titans, under 5 minutes to go. Here's Thomas working the room on Hall. There'll be no shot. So Derek Hall will get the foul, which means he's going to have to come out. That's going to be Derek Hall's 5th. He'll come out. Nigel Titer will come back in. Nigel Titer played limited minutes in the first half, but now in this situation, KW's got to rely on more of their big men from the bench.
Yeah, he had 6 points last game against Sudbury, so a bit of a drop from a player like Hall.
Again, this is Titer's 2nd year. He did come off the bench too from last season, from Brampton, Ontario as well. So more Canadian content here in the NBLC as DeAndre Thomas knocks down both free throws. So we'll see how the Titans play this out with Nigel Titer playing the 5 now. And here's Smith with the floater. So Ashton Smith regains the lead for the Titans. 2-point game as Tate gives the lead back for Windsor with the tray. And here's Strings. That shot won't count. It'll be an offensive foul.
The Express trying to figure out how to play defense right now as it seems like everything is ending up to being a foul. Tate there, I felt he just had his hands up. He was in the way, but
plenty of fouls given in this quarter, but the most important thing for these two clubs is they have to play on. Thomas with the step, and that's going to be an offensive foul. That'll be DeAndre's 5th.
I mean, you can kind of see Thomas's facial reaction there.
Which means he's going to have to come out, and Brian Addison's got to come in, and he has to be careful too. So if I'm Cavell Johnson, I'm happy with all these fouls right now because most of the Express big men are out right now.
You take a look down at your bench to see who you can put in, and the guy you're putting in has in foul trouble too, so difficult decision for Coach Jones.
So the Titans are going to get a couple of players back in too. Tremar Sutherland is one of them. The Express get the rebound. Wormley far side. Wormley the drive, and he'll get fouled.
Aaron, are you getting in trouble with saying the word foul yet, or?
I think it's the first thing that's been coming out of my mouth for the whole third quarter. But once again, it spells out the aggressiveness of both of these teams so far. But again, they got to be careful. They got a whole another quarter to play here.
I think it also shows how close these two teams are, right? Mm-hmm. You see the way they're playing tonight, and you definitely see similarities in both teams.
You say close, but remember, this is only the second meeting between these two clubs this year. KW won it in the early stages of this season back on November 2nd over at the Auditorium. The Express lost that one 100-88, and last year the Express won the season series 6-1. But this is a close game to say the least as Reggie Hamilton comes back in for the Express. This is Tremar Sutherland getting the assignment. Here's Friesen around the strings. Strings outside. Tighter falls away. It's no good. Tighter with his own rebound. Sutherland finishes it off. It comes back to that rebounding situation we've been talking about the whole game.
And sometimes the storylines do just write themselves there, Aaron, and it's something we saw coming.
Tate, cross courts, the 3. It's good. Reggie Hamilton knocks it down. Sutherland misses the floater, and Tate with the rebound. Amarty loses control, and he bails himself out. He'll dribble it at the top. He'll slow it down. 10 on the shot clock. Isolation. He'll spot up for the 3, and he misses it.
You know, that's really not like our Marty. Has the best three-point percentage on this team. With a big air ball, so very strange for a player like him.
The 3s have been looking that well for the Express tonight as they try to answer back from what the Titans have been putting up. That shot's no good. We're going to have an offensive foul again.
Looks like the Express are going to get to shoot here.
And Nigel Tider will come up with his 4th foul. So plenty of people in foul trouble situation for both of these teams. Tider with 4. Derek Hall has 5.
Nigel trying to plead his case to the referee.
Well, the referee won't have any of it, as Patillo knocks down the first free throw. For those of you tuning in, once again, it's just the third quarter. The Express 71, the Titans 66, with 2:25 to go here in the third. And for those of you who want to know what's going on between the London-Sudbury game, London is up 81-80 as they are about to get underway in the fourth quarter.
Patillo knocks down both shots, came into the game with 66% from the line, but shooting very well tonight with his free throws.
He'll slow things down. The triple. It's no good, and Terrell Tate comes up with the rebound. If the big men aren't stepping up to box out, it's been Tyrell Tate the whole night.
He's impressed me all night. They needed someone to get the boards, and it looks like Tyrell Tate said, you know what, I'm going to be the guy to do it.
Tate loses control of the ball. The Express have been popping that ball around like it's a game of ping pong. 2 on the shot clock. Marty's got to go. He gets it thrown away. Here's Tyder. Outside, Sutherland, the corner 3. It's good for Tremar Sutherland.
That's 2 possession in a row where the Express struggle with handling the ball. I'm not sure what's going on there. It was kind of strange that it happened twice with Marty.
123 to go in the third. As you can see, the Windsor Express having trouble with the ball movement. Tate up and in.
Offense for the Express is kind of dry right now. No one cutting, no one moving. The ball is just kind of staying at the top corner there.
We're under a minute to go in the third. Friesen one-on-one on Marty. He'll decide to drive with the left side with the scoop shot, no good. And here is Hamilton. He'll bring it up the timeline. Hamilton gets the screen and he loses control of the ball. Luckily enough, Damon Lynn's leg hit the ball, so the Express will get it back from the sideline. Anthony Otley Jr. will come back in. Once again, not a lot of minutes from Anthony Otley Jr. tonight.
No, sometimes players just fall out of favor with the coach. So maybe that's what's going on right now. So I think he knows what he has to do to really get his minutes up.
Patello misses the shot. The rebound, Marty. He hasn't been catching a break tonight. And we're going to have a technical foul. I believe it's going to be on Otley Jr. or Marty. But then again, let's wait and see. Because I know for sure somebody was signaled with a technical foul. And it will be Richard or Marty.
Yeah, the frustration's going for Marty. He's just losing the handle on the ball. KW Titans took the ball easily away there. It's just something that he's got to get through. You take a look at the scoreboard. You need to understand how close of a game this is, and just can't be taking a technical at this time.
No, not this time. As Friesen knocks down the technical. With that, the Titans will get the ball back with 23 seconds to go in the third quarter. They're only down 4. They were up 2 at halftime, and now they are down 4. 6-point turnaround. So the referees will have a quick discussion. Tremar Sutherland will inbound it. Both of these clubs over the limit.
.23 seconds to go here. It'll be there'll probably be some quick movement here by the Titans. Try to find an open man, and most likely Friesen, I would assume here. So
Friesen's over there at the corner. If he gets a pick, if he's able to curl to the top, you might get your wish. But he won't get it. It'll be a kickball. Sutherland gets the inbound pass. To go to Justin Strings. Game clock, shot clock, 3-4 second difference. 9 on the shot clock. Here's Sutherland. Over the Friesen. Down to 5. Here's Friesen up and in. He gets 2 to go, and the game is now a 2-point one. And it's travel called by the Express, and it's on Richard or Marty. He hasn't been having a good game, to say the least, and now the Titans will have 0.3 seconds to put up a quick shot to either tie or lead coming into the fourth quarter.
Well, great defense by the Titans there to stay tight on his man, forcing the spin dribble, which created a travel for Marty there.
0.3, Friesen will put it up, and it's no good, and that's the story for the third quarter. very tough, gritty game from both the Express and the Titans, but the Express are up 2. And we'll be back for the fourth quarter right after this message and a word from St. Clair College.
So important to be taught by industry professionals because they know what they're doing. And they're not just teaching because they read it in a book somewhere. They're teaching because they've lived it. I choose to take control of my future, and my path is St. Clair College. I choose to be here.
Seem to be dominating in the paint, whereas the Express seems to be the team that is more effective outside. Now, if I'm a team, if I'm the team, I'm staying the same. The Express need to pull away by capitalizing on the three-point shots. Heading into the game, they were the second best team in terms of three-point percentage, and they had the best three-point shooter in the league based on percentage in Richard Amarty. Now with the Titans, it's going to be paint work. You got to get it through Hall and make him go to work. He seems the best and most effective player on the floor tonight, and they need to run offense through them if they want to come out with a win. Also seems to be getting a little more chippy as the game goes on, as you're seeing a lot more free throws from fouls. The Express, that's one thing that's helping them out, as they are capitalizing on their free throws, whereas the Titans haven't been. Now, it's interesting because they're still in full quarter. It's a 2-point game, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I'm going to throw it back up to the booth to get you back into action.
All right, Cody Wall, thank you very much. And it's a little bit difficult to see who would you give the ball to in tough situations. Because remember, Derek Hall's in foul trouble. The Windsor Express haven't been finding any answers from beyond the arc. And like Cody said, they're the second best team when it comes from beyond the arc. But when the rim basically has a sealed lid from downtown, it's kind of difficult to get those shots to go unless if it's pressure time.
Yeah, I mean, the few shots that we've seen from the Express from the arc tonight have not been good shots. We've seen an air ball from Anderson and Armarty. These are their two best three-point shooters. So whether or not they drive and start dishing it out, and they just got to find space on the line there, or from the arc, sorry.
And Armarty has been having a quiet night, so that doesn't help the Express chances if they want to take any long-range shots. Either way, we're underway here in the fourth quarter as Hamilton can't knock down the tray. And here's Horton. They'll swing the ball around. The Titans only down 2. A lot of players in foul trouble. Strings, the jump hook, it's good. What a beauty of a jump hook from Justin Strings as he ties the game at 74.
Strings has been one of the more consistent guys for the Titans tonight. He's having a great game.
Anderson back into the game. And Patillo knocks down the 2. Now remember, Anderson's been having a quiet game too, so he's got to find himself to get back into this game, and I think assists might be the key to do it.
Yeah, dishing the ball can get you into the game. You start feeling good about yourself as well.
Damon Lin knocks down the 3, and now the Titans regain the lead, 77-76. This is Hamilton. Here's Anderson, far side. He's near the corner. Cross court, risky hard pass into Amarty. Addison will go to the line.
You know, good look for Amarty there. Trying to find Addison. Those are the types of plays you make while you're calm. So if he's calm down, he can make those plays, get those good looks, and get the ball inside the paint. And Addison can draw the foul to get to the line.
And now Nigel Tyler picks up his 5th foul, which spells trouble for the bigs over for the Titans, because remember, Tyler's now in foul situation, and Derek Hall is also in foul situations too. So you really got to go deep in the bench and find somebody else that could play the 5 role, but stay out of foul trouble as well.
Yeah, and especially because that's been the Titans' best spot this game. I mean, the Express have struggled with handling these guys all game, especially Hall. So it'll be interesting to see who may have to step up for the Titans.
We'll see how they perform on this offensive stop. The Express up 78-77. The Express want to travel on it. They won't get it. We'll have a foul down low.
Looks like Ellis is coming back into this game. It's kind of been quiet since that first quarter. Thought he was going to come on hot again. But again, with the fouls, this game has really slowed down.
Hakeem Ellis comes back in for KW, and Terrell Tate comes back in for the Express. But before all that, we get another foul down low. It'll be on Richard Marty. That'll be his 5th. But how about Coach Bill Jones using Tyrell Tate with a plethora of minutes coming into this game today? My goodness.
Yeah, I think Tate's really impressed. He's been getting those boards. That's what they've needed. But he's also making great plays offensively as well.
And here's another great play, too. Tyrell Tate trying to beat the 1-on-2. He does, but gets rejected by Strings. Anderson outside. Misses it. And Ellis picks up the rebound. Hitting the deck is Amarty. He'll hustle back from behind. And the shot's good. And Ed Horton took a hard tumble near the basket stanchion.
Great play by Horton, though, going to the net hard and then pressing.
Oh, Reggie Hamilton misses the shot. Again, one of the advices for the Express. As Horton gets back-to-back buckets. And with that, the momentum switches. And the Titans are now up 3.
Anderson calling out the play here.
And here's another 3. Hamilton, shot's no good. And now the Titans look to expand the lead. Here's Horton again. Ed Horton scoring 6 straight points for the Titans. And Bill Jones wants to talk it over.
You know, maybe this foul trouble has made the Express a little worried about when a guy comes in there backing off a bit, allowing the Titans to get those easy shots when they drive.
And now the WFCU center is silenced right now after 6 straight points from Ed Horton. A great run from the KW Titans. And like you said, that foul trouble might be coming into effect because they haven't been finding any answers for KW's fast break.
Still a tight game, though. It was so tight that a little run like that still allows the Express to still be in the game. And with this foul trouble, you keep driving and see what happens. You can get to the line and try to make some easy baskets.
So the Windsor Express have to find answers. Once again, they've been ice cold from beyond the arc, albeit a couple of shots. So the main answer got to be you got to go to the mid-range game or try to finish it real close to the basket. But you have to finish. Who could be that player that could step up and put in those quick baskets, Tate?
You know what? It's going to be tough. I'm hoping it probably be Horace Wormley here for the Express. He's the type of player he's coming back off. Again, he's got to be careful, but he's just got the heart where a guy like that can get you back into the game, make those plays. So it'll be interesting to see how the Express play this out.
You see DeAndre Thomas back into the game. He has foul trouble. Brian Anderson also into the game. He has foul trouble too. Richard Amarty been quiet shooting-wise tonight. But Horace Wormley is the one with the ball. He gives it to Amarty. Thought about the shot but won't take it. 10 on the shot clock. Thomas goes to work. Outside and it's taken away by Sutherland. Not a good decision. Horton breaks free. Sutherland. Back to Ellis. Had the hot hand in the first quarter. Ellis gets swallowed up in the Express defense, and it's taken away. Here comes Windsor. Tate from downtown, no good. And it will be Express ball.
The Express kind of caught a break there where the ball looked like it was going out, hits the basket, and they were able to bring it up the court and make a play and eventually gain possession again after the Titans turn it over on an out-of-bounds play.
Good body position from Richard Amarty to make sure that ball did not touch his leg. The Express get the ball back. Here's Anderson with 10 on the shot clock. Thomas drives inside, gets the easy 2. I have a feeling he's going to be the bench player of the game yet again, Tate.
Yeah, he's having another strong game, playing well. Again, he's just got to watch these fouls here at the end. But as long as he continues to play his game offensively, the Express can do well.
However, Justin Strings gets
no one to inbound the ball here.
Once again, this is the type of situations where you really got to pay attention. 7:30 remaining in the fourth quarter. Titans 85, Express 80. Wormley, Amarty, can he light it up? He can.
That's the Amarty that we know. He finally hits a shot. Again, you kind of see a delay there. He's thinking about not taking a shot. He's kind of been like that all game, but finally he had enough space to still make the shot, and maybe that confidence will keep going for him.
And if you look at it, that was the best look the Express got from three-point land tonight, because most of those threes were either catch and shoot or rush.
Yeah.
Ellis with the fake on Tate. He'll drive inside. He'll put it up. He'll get fouled. Well, it was a late whistle, but he'll get the foul regardless.
You know, from up here, again, it's tough to tell, but it looked like it just hit the ball there, so I thought it was a great defensive play. Again, refs probably have a better angle than ourselves all the way up here, so probably the right call.
And in the event, Tyrell Tate picks up his 4th foul, so everybody's that was just scot-free from being in foul trouble are really now coming in to that situation now. So a lot of Titans players you see on the bench usually get a lot of time. They're in foul trouble. The Express players, they're known for shifting from the bench to the court as well. They got a lot of good bench players, but you see a majority of their roster on the bench because of the foul trouble as well. So it's going to be pretty tough to rely on just one person, considering they could be in foul trouble as well in these final 7 minutes.
Especially with the time left. So it'll be tough to see, and as long as they continue to play their game, make the drives like Wormley did just right there.
And Wormley gets the floater uncontested. He brings this lead down to 2. So Kitchener-Waterloo back with the ball. Strings gets the pick. It helps out. And that's going to be a foul once again. If it's on DeAndre, that might end his game. And it will end his game. He is fouled out, which means Juan Patillo is going to come back in.
It's going to be tough to play, about 6:30 here without DeAndre Thomas, who's been a big part of this team and a big part of this game.
So the Express got to find their way to rely on their small ball lineup in the next 6 minutes and change. The 3 is good, however, as Ed Horton keeps on filling up the basket. That's 9 points for him in the quarter. Wormley on the pass. Amarty, the fake, and it's taken away by Sutherland. Not a good decision from the Express yet again.
This may be a game Amarty wants to forget about.
And Sutherland misses the shot. He'll get the rebound, though. Amarty will take it in all himself and put it in.
I say something like that, and then they come right back.
Well, I think they call it the broadcasting jinx. But it worked in his favor, that's for sure. Good cutting pass to Sutherland. The high-low pass works again as the veteran gets things working again. They expand the lead to 5. Still enough time for the Express to get back into this one, but they got to make sure they reduce those turnovers.
You definitely got to start getting some stops, but it's tough to be aggressive on your defensive style with all these fouls.
Wormley misses the shot, and it's a rebound by Lynn. Once again, the Titans a 3-4 record. It's been a win-loss pattern for them. Can they get on the winning side tonight? Horton, again from downtown. He fills it. Ed Horton coming up with 12 points in the 4th and now gives the Titans a 95-87 lead.
This is where a difference can start being made.
Anderson gets fouled. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, this is where a difference can start being made, where the Titans might be able to start pulling away, so the Express really have to clamp down defensively and try to stop the Titans' offense.
So Ryan Anderson will go to the line. Once again, he's been quiet scoring-wise tonight. But talk about a good way to come up to the occasion if he's able to knock down these free throws.
78% from the line. One of the better players at the free throw line. I mean, of course, everyone knows that this guy's main thing is shooting. And he's been doing good at it right now.
His 6th year, winner of 3 NBL Canada titles. And he gets those 2 free throws to go with 4:30 remaining in the 4th. I think the predominant assignment now is to shut down Ed Horton. And they do. Here's Anderson on the run. 2-on-2 disadvantage. He'll put it up. Gets rejected by Justin Strings. Oh, my. Ellis on the other end gets the banker to go, and it's now a 8-point game. What a block by Justin Strings to start it off.
Strings had the stare down on Anderson there. What a great block.
Wormley wraps around. Tate misses a 3. Rebound. Patillo gets flustered in the double team. He'll put it up. Gets rejected again by Justin Strings. This guy's having a heck of a night. Tate on the drive. Puts it up and in. He'll go to the line.
Terrell Tate has been the one person that's been consistent all game. He's having a great game, and he's the main reason the Express have remained in this game.
A good debut for Terrell Tate so far. Once again, just signed and activated as the IR designate today in place of Marcus Jones.
And the amazing part there is like a guy like Marcus Jones, he didn't get a lot of minutes, so to have someone come to the team like Terrell Tate and play the minutes that he has tonight and has played well. So it's been a great acquisition so far in the first game.
We don't want to put our eggs in that basket yet because this is only his first game. We just want to see how the rest of the week plays out. As a shot is missed, opens up an opportunity for the Express, and they blow it away immediately after Damon Lynn takes the inbounds pass.
Kitchener-Waterloo probably going to try to take some time off the clock now with this game winding down and still remaining close.
Been working out for them so far. 8 on the shot clock. Lynn gets double team, has to throw it up, and they do. 2 on the shot clock. And a big 3 this time around. Ashton Smith as the shot clock goes out. And Wormley gets the easy 2, but it's still a 4-point game for the Titans.
You know, when you break a team down like that, that double team played out very well, forced a pass that was not a good pass. The team should not be converting, but that's what Kitchener-Waterloo's been doing all night long.
Here's the shot by Strings. It's no good. Wormley with the ball again. We got a couple of close games here in NBL Canada tonight, and that's going to be an offensive foul. Tough break for the Express. Good placement for the Titans.
I don't know about that one there, Aaron. Again, it's tough to say from all the way up here, but from what we're seeing, it's not a call I would have made, that's for sure.
Amarty fouls out in the process. Angelo Griffith will have to come in. Once again, the fouling situation's really playing a major part in the final 2 minutes and change here. And there's Strings, passes over the freeze in. The good look inside for Lynn, and he'll get fouled. Once again, you don't want to give up those easy shots, but at the same time, you don't want to commit those fouls.
No, you don't want to be in trouble, especially a guy like Anderson who, you know, he may not have been shooting well all game, but he is someone that can get you back into the game with shooting some threes. So, again, it's a tough situation for the Express right now on how to play defense.
So the Titans off to the line again. They can most likely ice this one out if they knock down the free throws, but they can't make it. So the Express still in this one. Anderson will pop up for the three, and it goes.
And there's that broadcast jinx again. Talk about how he hasn't been shooting well this game, and he comes back with a big three.
So the Express still into this game. Smith with the pick-off pass stolen away by Patillo. Here's Patillo on the breakaway. Custis lead the two. Pressure applied by the Express immediately as Smith gets it back. The shot is no good, and the Express could try to lead here. Anderson motioning the plays. Patillo gets a screen. Anderson buries it!
That's a guy with veteran presence that says, don't worry, guys, I got this. And he brings them to have the lead.
Still plenty of time to go as KW calls the timeout. You know, we said Anderson had a quiet game. Fair enough. But he's coming alive in the fourth quarter.
Well, when you got a guy that shoots threes like him and that hasn't been converting them during the game, you start to worry because that's his game. But he's bringing out his game right now, and hey, I don't think Coach Jones thinks it's a bad time.
It didn't look like it was a timeout, so they'll play on. Stoppage of play, and the Titans throw it away. Crowd coming alive at the WFCU Center.
Yeah, we got some people on their feet on our side of the arena right here, but.
And now the Express will get the ball with 55 seconds remaining in the fourth. Here's Wormley going to work. Drives by. Griffiths for the three. No good. And the rebound by Smith. And now the shot is good. And Ashton Smith knocks down the jumper, and it's now 103-102. The quick pass inside. Griffiths almost threw it away. Good pass inside. It gets thrown away. And the Titans regain the ball with 17 seconds remaining. Big mistake there by Windsor.
It's another one of those games. It looks like they had it. They gained possession again.
That has to be a heartbreaker if the Express don't find a way to get the lead back, because now the Titans are off to the line. And they missed the first free throw. So the Express still into this with 16 seconds to go. The question is, if they make it, do you call a timeout or do you advance the ball? And Ashton Smith makes that free throw, and the lead is now 2. Bill Jones will call a timeout. We'll keep it here.
So now they have the tough decision of whether or not to go for the win or tie the game. So it'll be interesting to see the way they play this out.
This is going to be a close one, but if you're the Express, do you look for the final shot or do you go for the quick shot?
I think you try to get the 2 points, you try to tie the game, bring it to overtime here and see what you can do. I'd rather have more time to try to win it than relying on one shot.
A little bit of history time right here at the WFCU Center. Almost exactly a year ago, the KW Titans played against the Windsor Express. It was a close game. It went to overtime. And then with time winding down, Ahmad Starks from KW knocked down a 3, and the Express had no timeout, so it took Shaq Keith to dribble it across the court and knock down a leaner 3 at the buzzer to win the game. So if there's anything that has to be said or taught between these two teams, you know it could come right down to the wire.
Yeah, hey, I mean, the crazy part, too, is you showed me that game today, right before this. You said, hey, check this out. This is from last year. And here we are in a similar position. So, and this is the type of game where if the Express can get the shot, that can lead to some momentum into the season, a season where they've struggled to gain any momentum. So this could be a big shot for the Express for not only this game, but the season.
This game was going to be close. KW came in averaging 107 points per game. The Express coming in tonight averaging 104 points per game. Pretty close. The Express don't want to lose another heartbreaker by a couple of points. So Wormley will inbound it with 16 seconds. He'll get the hand back. Anderson, the catch and shoot. He misses it. The putback by Batillo. Timeout KW.
You know, big shot by Anderson. It looked like it was there. He had opening, he had space, puts the shot up. But Patillo with the putback dunk, looking like an animal when he slammed it down.
That was type of the resurgence the Express needed. My, oh my. But again, there's still time on the clock. Will we go the overtime? We'll find out, because there's still only 8 seconds to go. KW could still go for the final shot.
I mean, and that's the tough thing. Like, Anderson did have space there, but do you wait off on the shot to maybe bring the clock down in case you do get a two? It's one of those, it's definitely a tough position, because here we are with 8 seconds left, and the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans have been driving and getting their shots in, so it's definitely going to be tough for the Express, and they will have to get a stop here to bring this game to overtime.
8.3 seconds left. KW with the ball. They'll advance it. Now you look at the situation. Ashton Smith has been rising up to the occasion with his shots. In addition to that, Ed Horton, who's been having a strong second half shooting-wise as well. Now you have Joel Friesen onto the court too, so that just adds all the confidence for the KW Titans.
You know, the tough thing is not having Hall out there right now to maybe try to get that ball down low. So,
crowd on its feet at the WFCU Center with 8.3 seconds left. Horton will inbound. Reggie Hamilton will guard him from the sideline. It's either a win or overtime. Here's the pass. Smith down the 5. Smith looking for options, fires it, misses it, and we're going to overtime. We are going to overtime. Lucky break for the Express.
I mean, the Express had all the momentum there for a bit. They were up. They gained possession again. After having a big stop, you thought they were going to go down and take away the lead with, 3 or 4 points. Then they lose the ball. Titans come back, they take the lead, but the Express, with their veteran leadership, stayed in the game the whole time and have got us to overtime.
We are going to overtime, but not before we take this break. We'll be back.
It starts here, where Jamie lost 145 pounds and became a leader, inspiring others to get active. Where Cheryl didn't let her fear of water keep her kids from learning to swim. Where Valerie got fit after retiring, and at 90 years old, she's still dancing to the beat. Vitality, courage, transformation. A healthier you starts here. What will your story be? Join the YMCA today.
In overtime, 5 minutes are played. The fouls are carried over, so regardless, the next foul will put both the Titans and the Express on the line. So you were talking off the air, Tate, about the possibility of seeing Derek Hall, considering he has 5 fouls. He could be the difference makers if the Titans want to switch it and move the ball down low. Could we expect him later on?
I would think so. I mean, he's still got 1 left, right? So I would take the chance. It's overtime. Get him in there. He's been dominating, even if it's for a minute. You get him for a minute dominating, and that's all you need. You need more points than the other team to win, and he can get you those more points. So it'll be interesting to see if he does come in here eventually, not to start, obviously.
Well, the Titans will have the ball by the possession arrow. And would you believe there was no jump balls called in tonight's game, despite that skirmish we saw before the end of the first half, Tate. No way the possession arrow played an effect on this game until now.
I mean, it's kind of crazy to think of, especially with how rough this game has been, and hands have been good. It looked a few times like it would have been called, but
we are
here
in
we are.
Overtime. Titans start with the ball. Horton wants to pass to Ellis. He gets flustered. Here's Friesen near the key. Friesen sizes down, fires away, and he misses it. Crowd on his feet after that attempt. And Wormley will slow things down. Anderson on the breakaway, puts it up and in. He'll go to the line for the three-point play.
Anderson has came in clutch here the last 3 minutes of the final quarter, and here to start the overtime. It's been making a difference. And it's important to note that the players out there for the Express right now aren't who would usually be out there during an overtime.
Absolutely.
And we see Hall comes in right now, so it looks like coach is taking that chance.
Major difference. Once again, Justin Strings was the one with the foul. That's his fourth. And Anderson knocks down the free throw. So now it's a three-point game for the Express as we are underway here in overtime. At the WFCU Center, Aaron Sanders, Tate Harris, Cody Wall joining us. The entire St. Clair College crew. We'll give you this one. Smith off the Hall pick. Smith going to drive, and Smith misses it. The putback attempt defiled. Ellis with the three.
You know, we said Ellis had a hot first quarter. I'm sure the team wouldn't mind if he got hot again during the overtime.
Wormley with the drive. The kick out outside. Griffiths back to Wormley. Anderson, the shot. He makes it.
Great ball movement. That's the type of movement we didn't see from the Express most of the game. But it doesn't matter. They're here now, and as long as they're doing it now is the most important thing.
Anderson trying to put his hands up so he doesn't get called for the foul. A lot of players are in foul trouble. That's been the story in the second half. But somehow, some way, we are in overtime. Smith travels. He'll go the other way.
You know, for a second there when that whistle blown, I thought, here we go. Another foul, but travel was called, and could be a big moment for the Express.
Brian Addison comes back in, so the depth is slowly but surely filling up for the Express. He and Patillo are the big man for the Express. On the court as well, Anderson, Wormley, and Tyrell Tate, who's been having a good first game as an Express player. Anderson misses everything on that one, and that opens up an opportunity for the Titans again.
You know, Anderson probably feeling himself a bit. Getting a lot of important shots in, shooting it from deep there, and didn't end up being the best shot.
And a quick update on the other game going on. The London Lightning prevail and give the Five their third loss by winning 120-117. Elliot Etherington's first win as a coach.
I mean, that's important for them. A new coach comes in. Want to make a statement right away, and it looks like he did that by winning tonight against the Sudbury Five.
Leading scoring for the Lightning, both Garrett Williamson and Kirk Williams Jr. They have 20 points, but my mistake, they're the second scorers in that game. The top scorer coming off the bench, A.J. Gaines, 25 points, 5 rebounds. Xavier Moon picking up a double-double, 13 points, 11 rebounds to his name as that free throw is missed. On the other end for the Sudbury Five, they have two players with a double-double, Corey Dixon and Grandy Glaze. Their leading scorer, Travis Rutherford, also came off the bench with 24, as those two free throws won't go.
You know, Horace Wormley took that foul, got pretty lucky there because neither free throw was made. Express are still up.
Wormley with the ball, he'll drive up to the left side, good! And he got fouled!
This is the veteran. He just hit 1,000 points in his last game, and you can see that. He looks like a guy that has 1,000 points in this league, taking it to the basket, taking the contact. And again, just showing that leadership, working hard, heart of the team, I would say.
Team 5th. Once again, those fouls carry over, so funny enough, the Titans aren't in the penalty situation yet. But Horace Wormley, in all of his veteran capabilities, is at the line. Can't complete the three-point play. The rebound is by Ellis. Ellis outside. Will he have a whack at it? He will not. Offensive foul. That's going to be on Ellis. And you knew it was coming along.
Horace felt a little bit of contact. If you feel that little bit, you know what? Take a fall. Take that chance.
Akeem Ellis gets called for his 5th foul. So a lot of players in the penalty. A lot of players in foul situations. And who knows, it might be the difference maker in this overtime session. Wormley thought about the pass. Now he has to hand it off to Anderson. Wormley back up top. 7 on the shot clock. Wormley, the drive, the skip inside. Patillo gets fouled by Hall, and he's gone for the game. Whoa, baby.
You know what? They took the chance with Hall. They definitely took the chance with Hall.
Let me say this. I don't think that was a foul. Up here, it looked to be all ball.
You're exactly right. From up here, it looked like all ball. I can see why Hall's upset.
He had his body straight up. He didn't lean in. He used his hands. His hands also went straight up. So I don't know what the dealio was there, but it makes things all the more interesting. My goodness. So now Patillo is off to the line.
You know, the Titans took a chance by putting Hall in, and they unfortunately didn't even get a play to him either. Instead, they opted for the 3.
So Patillo misses the first free throw. And he misses both of them, but Addison's there to pick up the rebound. Second chance opportunity for the Express. And here's Tate, and Anderson will hold it up. Anderson one-on-one against his former teammate Friesen. 10 on the shot clock. Wormley!
Some fans on their feet right now. This is the type of game, Aaron, that not only is important right now, but it can be important for their season.
There's still a lot of time left. 7-point leads could evaporate just like that, especially when you have more than 100 seconds left on the clock. But you can tell how tight this game is, and Cavell Johnson and Bill Jones both have to go to their scoreboard, their clipboard, and their coaching staff to see what plays they could draw up. Windsor Express, they got to think of a good defensive stop because now the momentum's on their side. Derek Hall fouled out, which means you could really capitalize and force the Titans to shoot a long-range shot. But keep in mind, if they put in Ashton Smith, Akeem Ellis, or Ed Horton in there, they're in trouble, along with Joel Friesen.
Yeah, they have guys that can shoot, but to be honest, I don't think the Titans have shot that well this game other than Ellis himself. So to me, if they do shoot from the arc, there's a good chance that the shot might not go in. So it's definitely something the Express are going to do, and it looks like that the players that are out there are the ones that could put up the shot. So
still a lot of time left as you see Tyrell Tate and the rest of the Express team trying to bring the WFCU center on their feet. Joel Friesen, the inbound, with 1:45 remaining in overtime. The Express have a 7-point lead. The Titans looking to evaporate all of that. Here's Sutherland. Correction, that's Damon Lynn. Lynn outside, Ellis misses it. Tate with the rebound.
You know, Tate with the rebound is something that we heard a lot tonight. Again, just having a great game for the newcomer. Wormley
gets the pick from Patillo. 1:15 to go. Gets poked around by Strings, but it'll stay Express ball. Well, thanks to the Sudbury 5 and London Lightning game going on, ending, we're the only game in town now. So a lot of fans still wanting NBLC action. You've got it. An ill-advised pass, but it looks like they're going to call a foul. I didn't see what happened down there, Tate. Can you help us out here?
It kind of looked like that Ellis stopped Patillo from going to the basket, making that cut in for the easy basket. So it was definitely the right call there, but Ellis has got to be getting close there. Oh, sorry, it was Horton.
Well, Ed Horton will get the foul nonetheless. Patillo will knock down the free throw. Once again, it's a crying shame that Derek Hall fouled out because, trust me, in these situations, if you want somebody to box out and to get those rebounds, that could lead up to a good string of plays. But the Titans have been warming up on their shots ever since the start of the second half. So it's not lost by any team so far. The quick three is no good. They'll dish it right back out. But Wormley will get stripped. It'll be Express ball. Once again, a really risky play from KW.
I like that play by Wormley, though, just taking it hard, not waiting for his teammates to catch up, just taking it hard to the basket. With a game like this, a foul has been called so often, so good play by Wormley, even though he got stripped at the end.
Anderson gets the ball. He looks to drive, finds Patillo instead, misses the reverse.
Looked good on that reverse, just couldn't convert, though.
Ball gets poked around, and it looks like Patillo will stuff it. Big block from Patillo. The putback is no good, but Ed Horton will go off to the line.
You know what, we're seeing the guys that, two guys that actually used to play for the Express, Juan Patillo and Ryan Anderson have been the ones that have stepped up near the end of the game in the fourth quarter and now here in overtime to give the Express a lead.
So the first free throw is good. Titans still chipping away at this lead. They still got a hill to climb. 10-point deficit with 29.2 seconds remaining. Makes the second one. So if I was KW, I start putting on that full court pressure, and they do. Anderson looking for answers. Find it. Look out. You have no choice but to commit the foul on that situation.
Yeah, no, it was the right play to make. 24 seconds here, and just might be the wrong guy to foul.
Joel Friesen only picks up his third foul, so in the light of all the foul trouble, at least we have one person that has under 4 fouls.
Hamilton 100%.
And he keeps the streak alive. We're going to let the crowd tell you the story as Hamilton attempts his second free throw. He makes both of them. 120 to 109. And the easy two is good as Ed Horton puts up the finger roll. Tate with the ball gets double teamed. And that's going to be a quick foul. In this situation, this might be over.
To me, this guy coming to the line right now is a big reason for the win tonight. Came in as a newcomer, averaged 4.4 points with Sudbury. Came in here tonight and looked great all the way through.
I'll admit, I'm impressed at this young man, despite missing that free throw. But we got to remind ourselves, this is only one game. Can he be consistent in this type of way as the rest of the season goes on?
Yeah, I mean, there may be some extra energy there, being a first game, wanting to impress.
So the Titans, they have no timeouts with 8 seconds to go. Horton will shoot it, and it goes. So 1-14 for the Titans, and a quick foul as Friesen will pick up another one. Angelo Griffiths set to go to the line, and the Express will pick up their second win of the season. 2-6 for them. The Titans will drop to 3-5. But nonetheless, that record does not reflect the type of performance they have had throughout this season.
Yeah, the Express have played well, especially the last 3 games. It's been so close. And at the end of the fourth quarter there was some worry that they would have the same type of loss when they lost the possession there, and the Kitchener-Waterloo was up. So big win for the Express tonight.
The Express pull this one. It took overtime, but they win it throughout the foul trouble, throughout the aggression, throughout being ice cold the majority of the game from beyond the arc. They win this one 122-114. We'll step aside here. We'll be back for the post-game show after you watch this. And in overtime, the Express prevail 122-114 against the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans. Back up here in the media booth, I'm Aaron Sanders. This is Tate Harris. Heck of a game to say the least, and I think we said this before. Somebody has to pick up the tempo in the second half, and I believe the game ball has to go to Tyrell Tate. Terrific performance. What a debut.
Oh, yeah, he played great all night. We talked about the rebound situation for the Express. This guy comes in here, he's getting boards. He's one of the smaller guys. He's getting points. He's making fast breaks. He looked great tonight. Again, I know it's one game, but if I'm a fan, I am a little excited for Tyrell Tate coming to the Windsor Express.
At one point, did the game change to the Windsor Express's favor?
I gotta say, there was a moment there during the second quarter, during that scrum, we saw a lot of energy in the building, and the team started to make a real push. The only issue was near the end there when they almost lost it, but until that moment, I thought the Express had the favor the whole time.
Absolutely. How about the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans? Friesen did all he could coming off the bench. It didn't help that Derek Hall was in foul situation. Matter of fact, almost everybody on that court was on foul situation, but I think the big blow was Derek Hall because you could see them struggling on those rebounds tonight.
You know what? The Express might be very fortunate that that there was foul trouble at all, because Hall was stuck at 5 fouls until the end there. And to keep him out was important because they were struggling with that matchup. It was something they were having trouble with, and it really worked out in their favor. So they got to be happy that that situation kind of played out in the way that it did, because it gave the Express an opportunity to win tonight.
How about those big shots from KW's side? We talk about Ed Horton getting all their run. In addition to that, Akeem Nellis knocking down a couple of treys himself that would just bring the game into overtime. So once again, this score may not be indicative of what the KW Titans is all about. Granted, they're 3-5 now, but they got some really great shooters that could really spot up and take that type of responsibility, especially in the heat of the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I think they probably usually play towards the point, but because of the situation tonight, we got to see their shooters play. And I really like Ellis's game. He was really hot there in the first quarter, and he just played consistently all game. He was hitting shots, so it was a very important game for the Kitchener-Waterloo to see that, hey, we got some shooters. We don't always have to play towards the paint and give the ball to Hall.
The Express were ice cold from beyond the arc until the 9th moments of the fourth quarter. Who else to melt that ice cold streak than Ryan Anderson?
Ryan Anderson, you know, here I was saying he was cold, and then there's that broadcast jinx, right? He comes down, he hits a 3. Okay, he starts feeling good. He comes back, he hits another. Some difficult shots. He was great in overtime, and sometimes that's all you need. You know, your veteran guys might not always hit the shots during the game, but they come forward and win it for you at the end. So.
Do you believe the Express played a full 48, or should I say 53 minutes tonight?
I don't know. That's a tough one. There was definitely moments here and there, so I guess not. There's moments where they have these laps where they don't know what they're really doing on defense. These guys were getting easy drives towards the net for the Titans, so I can't say that they played the full game because there's just little moments. They're just little moments, and those add up. And again, that's why the game was so close. They keep consistently are in these close games, and it's just going to be a struggle for the Express.
And they got a couple of days to recuperate from all the calamity and the insanity that was happening here tonight at the WFCU Center. But nonetheless, the Windsor Express pulled through in overtime with a final score of 122 to 114. They move up to 2-6. They pick up their second win of the year, all of them at home court, and they will continue the home court advantage when they will play host to the defending Atlantic Division champion, the Halifax Hurricanes, this Wednesday night. We invite you to tune in around here at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We hope to have the pleasure of your company as well. Again, Tate, thank you again for all your help.
Thank you.
Not bad. So we got him, we got Cody Wall, we got everybody else that's going to come back this Wednesday. So we invite you to do the same. Tune in, WFCU Center, Wednesday night. The Express and the Hurricanes will do battle. And that will do it for us right here. Again, thank each and every one of you for watching. On behalf of our whole crew, Cody Wall, Tate Harris, the entire crew here at St. Clair College, this be Aaron Sanders saying so long from the Rose City.
Thanks, Carlos.